All right, we got day 216 building a startup and documenting the entire process. So I'm back in Denver after spending like a month on the East Coast, back after Labor Day, and very excited about it. This is actually kind of a big update here because it's officially been essentially a year since I started on this journey. I set out to Denver after last Labor Day. So we set out last Labor Day with an idea and kind of see where we could take it. So since then, we've accomplished a lot of what we wanted to. We learned the new software bubble that we used to actually build the tool. We got an MVP out. We got some people on. Yeah, we put it out into the world in beta, gotten some testers on, gotten a lot of feedback. So yeah, we've done a lot of what we set out to do. But when I started, I did set kind of a milestone for myself that I would check in on how everything's going and kind of what the future prospects of this would be this Labor Day. So it was very interesting reflecting this Labor Day on how I'm feeling about the whole thing and if, what the future prospects are here. So where my head's at right now is that it does feel like there's something here. Throughout all my conversations, the people using it, it seems like there is something here. If we just turned it off today, there would be a few people who would be pretty upset. There have been some people who have been using it literally every day since we launched it in December, which is pretty hype. So I do want to continue building it and working on it and seeing where it could go. That being said, it's not anywhere near popping off or successful or anything like that. Not that we expected that, but that's just the reality of the situation. So what I think I'm going to do, because there are actually some other industries that I'm pretty interested in, and there is a little bit of opportunity cost if I still continue working on this full time, is start doing day-to-day part-time and get a different part-time gig in an industry that I'm pretty interested in. And I've also come to the realization that how I want to build day-to-day is by bootstrapping it, not by raising capital, which does lend to this more part-time situation. Obviously, it's great working at a high-growth company. It's really exciting to be funded and raise capital, but it also does introduce a lot of other issues like, really needing to chase product market fit, and when you don't find it, not being able to raise another round and then having to go through a series of layoffs and then kind of the whole thing being dead in the water versus bootstrapping it, building slow and steady over a longer time horizon. And I mean, there's totally the reality that we just couldn't even raise for this, what we're building. Like, there's a reality that people just wouldn't even be interested in it. So yeah, all those factors combined, I think that's what I want to do, is continue building it, but bootstrap it and also have it be a more part-time thing so I can explore other areas as well. But all that being said, I'm still hyped about the whole thing. I was just at a call with Stan today, and yeah, I mean, we're still hyped. There's so many cool things we can build. We introduced a lot of dope features over the past few weeks with the weekly check-ins. Managers are getting more and more hyped about it. So I think the future is definitely pretty exciting. So yeah, I'm actually also very excited about this new kind of formula that we're going to be working with moving forward. So I'm going to continue doing these documentations and everything will essentially be the same. I just probably won't do the day in the life stuff because that might be taken up by other stuff as well. So yeah, that's kind of the update after reflecting on a year's journey. Definitely, I don't know, pretty excited. It's cool that we learned the software and we built the prototype, which is what we set out to do. It's cool that we actually did that. So yeah, but so moving forward this month in September, I definitely want to start reaching out to a lot more managers because that does seem to still be a pretty appealing situation. So I want to gather more data and intel on how we can go about that. And then there's just a little bit more cleanup, but honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about where the product's at in terms of potentially introducing some monetization features, maybe diving into our freemium model, stuff like that. So a lot of September is going to be strategizing on moving forward, whether that's public beta, whether we introduce monetization, in the next month or so, and how we're going to go about that. I was talking to someone this weekend who reinvigorated me on just the whole idea of growth hacking and like how can we get creative about our wait lists and promote exclusivity and FOMO and all of that stuff to try to really drive signups and usage, for a very low cost. So that's all stuff that I'm excited to dive into. Yeah. So overall, exciting stuff still. Excited to stay with this over the long term because I do think it does still have potential. So yeah. Appreciate anyone who's been following along with the journey. And I will catch y'all tomorrow.